Happy afternoon. I think 10 minutes is injustice because I need 10 minutes to talk about my observations of VIPS since the last 1 year and the great inspiration the chairman brings and my guru, professor. I think that will itself will take me 10 minutes. So I don't know, but anyway, I will keep that for later. Okay, so I see today, honestly, I'll tell you what, when I came here, I prepared for 1 hour presentation, then I saw the agenda, I made it half an hour last night, I spent almost till 11 o'clock I was working, and I woke up again at 3 o'clock to see how to make an impactful half an hour presentation. Now 10 minutes, but still I will stick to my guru's words. So I'll try to stick to. So today, actually I have a lot of slides. So how many of you were there at the and me and Madhav came last year November? How many of you were? Okay, just I'm seeing about 7-8 hands. Okay, so just to understand. So today. See, me and Professor, and in fact to some extent, Madhav Bisa come from that part of the country which has one of the world's most renowned institution. Does anybody know which institution is that? Huh? Anybody can say? Indian Institute of Science. And you know who set it up? Yep. IISc Bangalore. The spirit behind IISc Bangalore or the foundation was laid by Swami Vivekananda. And they met on a ship on the way to Chicago. Swami Vivekananda, Jamshedji Tata, and then the Mysore Maharaja donated 400 acres land in Bangalore to set up IISc. It is one of the top 10 institutions in the world today. And in my last 1 year's observation, I don't see any reason why VIPS cannot be the IISc of the North. So we have the JRD equivalent here, Dr. SC, SC Watts. I'm not exaggerating. I don't need to exaggerate because I meet all kinds of people almost on a weekly basis, very distinguished people, but I am not at all exaggerating. So everything that I've seen, every interaction that I've seen with the great leadership team, in fact, when I came here in November last year, they were already ahead. They had professor on the advisory board. So I said, I feel even more comfortable. Being a part of this institution. So, and also when I came here in November, I think first week me and Madhav came, we did a two-day workshop and seminar and all. The same month we got the presidency. India got the G20 presidency. And we put together, me and a few other people, you will meet some of them tomorrow, and we put together a quick organization called Bharat Vitech. Okay, Bharat Vitech, we put together very distinguished people, even Professor Sadhopan sir is also part of that. It's a virtual organization. And we said, let us take this message to every part of the country through the institutions. And believe me, I have done almost about 20 to 24 G20 summits, or I would say mini summits in the last 8 to 10 months. And this is the best that I've seen. Hats off to the management, hats off to the leadership. Ashwini ji, I think he used to call me early morning, 7 o'clock, late night, I never used to refuse any call. So I think, but how can that happen? It's all leadership. Leadership is an underrated attribute in our country. And you know what the leadership has done in the last 10 years, right? And that is what the leadership of VIPS has done for you. You must be proud of this institution. Okay, so 10 minutes over, or I have some time for the slides? Okay, so see today these slides, I have a lot of slides, but I'll skip, some of them. The entire August has been all about celebrations. Independence Day, Chandrayaan, festival in between, and then September it's going to continue. October it's going to continue with Dasara, Diwali. November, December, I think the rest of the year is all going to be celebration. But I was at the Air Force School last week, and just a day after the Chandrayaan, I'm telling you the kind of energy that I saw at that school, all 14 to 18, not even 18, 14 to 16-year-old kids. And the day before, some people called me, and I told them I'm going to do a talk at IAF, Indian Air Force School in Bangalore. They said, hey, what is this? India is already a developed country. What developed mission presentation are you going to do? This is the sentiments after Chandrayaan 3. People think we are already a developed country. Okay, but having said that, we have a long journey ahead. I think Prime Minister Modi has set some kind of a mission target for the next 25 years. And okay, I'll talk about that. But before that, this is the sentiments. I think I think this institution has possibly some engineers who will possibly contribute to these kind of missions in the next 25 years. We must give a round of applause for all the great engineers who made this successful. And you see that message, at least the students, can you read this? When you celebrate others' success, you will be successful. When you celebrate others' joy, when you celebrate others' happiness, this is the fundamental, I would say, message in life. We all get so much drowned our own selfish things that we forget about celebrating others. I think when you celebrate and you're joyful, this is when you will, I would say, imbibe some of that. Okay? So, I think being in this institution, you must already be getting a lot of inspiring messages. I did not do this slide for this institution. In fact, just about 2 months back, I did a presentation for the Ramakrishna Mission in Bengaluru. In fact, my college where I studied is just 100 meters away from the Ramakrishna Mission. There are 100 students. They loved this slide. In fact, somewhere I found this slide. You see all the people sitting in the first row, so much of gray hair, including my own gray hair, and people sitting here. These are the experienced people. Okay? Knowledge is easy to, not easy, I wouldn't say easy. I think in fact it is possibly the most toughest thing to give you knowledge. But I think we are not teachers. I am certainly not, have no qualification to be a teacher. I am just talking about my 30 years experience, that's it. The knowledge plus experience is, I think you see, human knowledge proceeds out of experience. We cannot know anything except by experience. The next slide will talk about this. Knowledge, the various subjects that you study in college or in university is like different islands. Only when you experience it through people like us or yourself can you bring out some kind of a meaningful or an impactful product or impactful initiative. You look at the startup and the entrepreneurship field or the ecosystem, people or the founders who have experienced a problem, those are the ones who have solved the problem. So I always tell my mentees that I mentor, solve a problem that you yourself have experienced. One example, I had the opportunity of meeting the founder of Uber, Travis Kalanick, in fact in Delhi about 5-6 years back, before he was obviously, he left as his CEO position. He used to experience this problem in US when going to work. He never used to get a taxi. He'd land up in the bus stop or taxi stand, never used to get a taxi. Every day late to office, he experienced that problem and then he solved it. Don't you think Uber has solved a big problem in this country? I'm telling you, in Bangalore, it's a major headache. Going to airport, going to, some busy meetings, parking problem, so many problems. So when you experience that problem, only then you can solve it. I would think so. Okay? This is my usual advertisement. I'm so proud of Bengaluru being a part of our great country. In fact, I think I may have shown this last slide. I think Bangalore team has taken over VIPS for the next 2 days. There are more people from Bangalore who are going to come tomorrow or possibly, yeah. So me, Sadhugopan sir, Madhav Bisa, I think we all bring this great experience to all of you. Not that you are less intelligent or less capable or whatever, but we have so much of experience being in this fantastic ecosystem called Bengaluru. We are bringing that to you. In fact, I think the last one, ecological capital of India. I think all of the rest of the criteria of Bangalore is well known. IT capital, technology capital, innovation capital, so much EV capital, everything about Bangalore. But the last one was my self-realization, sir, this is for you. The lot of work on climate change, ecology, wildlife is done. The research on this subject is also done in Bangalore. So I was in IISc at a wildlife seminar. They said Bengaluru is the ecological capital of India. So you want to say solve problems regarding wildlife conservation, forest conservation. You have startup ideas. Bengaluru. The people from Bengaluru bring those expertise. Okay. So India's decade is the is the buzzword going on everywhere. You see Raju Chandrasekhar, every tweet of his, he talks about India's decade. Dr. Vaishnav, IT minister, he talks about India's decade. I think you are lucky to be in this India decade. We have almost, professor has done more than 40 years of experience. I have done about 30, possibly, Madhav, 20 years plus. You are lucky, you are going to be driving this decade in the next 10 years, okay? You're as blessed as that. So let's look at some proof points, what India's decade is all about. So since the presentation time is cut, I'm giving you some homework. Today, social media and life is all about, what is this? Hashtags, right? Every tweet that you see or a LinkedIn post or Facebook post is all about hashtags. I just picked up, of course there's a hashtag about Deepika Padkone hashtag, Shah Rukh Khan hashtag, but I picked up the most relevant ones in the technology side. Okay? These are the hashtags. Do some research on them, and especially those ones which are like the Digital India, Startup India. So much of work, and all this has happened only in the last 9 years. The phenomenal work that has happened around Digital India is all in the next 10 years. In fact, I just saw a media article, another 10,000 crores has been allocated for Digital India. Life has dramatically changed. How it has changed, I have some couple of points on that, hopefully, So do some homework on all these hashtags. Look at this, startup ecosystem. When I left HP, in 2014 and then when I took the plunge to become an entrepreneur myself, there were less than 400 startups. Today we have 100,000 plus startups in just 9 years. Don't you think it's phenomenal work? It's because of the great support that we have received from the the ecosystem, the great institutions, the government. Selflessly, people have worked to develop the ecosystem, and you must be proud because Delhi is the second biggest startup ecosystem in the country today, and you have the advantage of the NCR, right? And of course, I'm very proud that 40% of the startups are in Bengaluru. Okay, I know 50% of them, from people who are here, must be getting your resume ready. How do I shift my house to Bengaluru when you graduate? Every day I get a call, either for admission or other, some kind of a job in Bengaluru from a lot of my North Indian friends. Yes, welcome to Bengaluru. I think, this is a fantastic place to work. So right now we have 108 unicorns. This is the data is amazed me also. 500 billion value created. And in just by 2025, which is just about 2-3 years from now, the value created by startups, and many of you are going to contribute, is 1.5 trillion. Look at this. Okay, so this is no longer just hollow numbers or whatever. Real work is happening, and out of that, again, 40% of the unicorns are based in Bengaluru. So there's so much of buzzword around transformation. Are we really transforming? What is the data? What is the proof of transformation? Okay. So I think I will skip this because my 10-minute thing is, I'll skip this. But let us look at what is going to happen in the next 20 years. This desk, whether it will really... by the way, this video was done by Harvard University. Based on the research, based on their own foresight, that's what's going to happen. And I think some of the distinguished speakers talked about, and in fact, Professor talked about WWW. This is what WWW has done to us. Okay? Do you believe this? 20 years back, my desk used to be like the one on the left side. Today, I don't even have an office. In fact, I walked into the airport today, I didn't even show my mobile phone, I didn't show any boarding pass. You know how that magic happened? Huh? Anybody knows? We are already ready. So so the next 20 years, what is going to happen? What's in store for the future? Okay? Let's look at that. Just observe this one. Very, very small, but big difference. That's it. You don't need, this is what your future office is going to look like in the next, I don't think it's next 20 years, in the next 5 years. We are already experiencing it in Bangalore, in many places. And I told you in the airport, I don't need a mobile phone. There's something I'll talk a little bit about. So what has happened here? All the data is up there in the cloud. All your softwares. Professor, when we set up Network University in IIITB, he had already talked about this. All the software is somewhere in the cloud, okay? Your data is in the cloud, and AI will eat everything else, okay? So I will be as brief as possible, and this is what it looked like. So this is one slide, the transformation, the real transformation, and we have experienced it. Especially all of us in the first row and the people sitting here, the young ones, I don't know whether you really still are going to a railway station or you can book an Euro rail sitting here. And I've seen this. I've worked Bengaluru to Mysuru, just 3 hour, today's thing, 2 hour train trip. I waited for 3 hours in the railway station. Today, book from here. And the future, I told you, the Digiyatra. You just book from your home, no boarding pass required. The bullet train is going to be based on that facial recognition, AI. This is the impact of AI, okay? The next one, the world is talking about this. Do you realize the impact that all of you have made? The world is talking about it, yes. Somebody from Germany, a German minister came last week and he was amazed, saying that he could pay for buying some stuff on the street. 10 rupees dhania patti to a Maruti car or anything that you can buy only through your mobile. Phenomenal innovation. You should be proud that it is real. It's no longer just some, giving promises for the future. It's happening. More stuff. So it's not that we are sitting in fancy offices and experiencing the transformation. It's happening in the village. I am a registered farmer. Okay, I am seeing transformation, though in my farms we don't have time, we are still not transformed. I'm seeing in the Kolar, Bengaluru, the Karnataka Kolar region, people using, futuristic technologies like IoT-based water drip water irrigation. So you saw the drone, welcoming us here. The same drones will spray pesticides. 10 acres of land for spraying pesticides manually will take possibly 3 or 4 days. A drone can do it in a few hours, within a day. Okay, so which means the life, right from the urban side to the rural side, life is transforming through technology. This is India's decade. Okay. Who do you think is transforming? I asked this question at the Air Force School in Bengaluru. Who do you think is transforming? Huh? Why are people so shy? Who is transforming India? It's you. You are the market and you are the people who are transforming. We are there just as mentors or guides or advisors or whatever. It is you who are going to transform to the country to a developed nation the next 25 years. And I'm not just talking out of the air. It is data. Okay? Look at this data. And why do you think G20 is happening here? India is the biggest market and you are the biggest. 65% of you contribute to the India's population. And we have the biggest working population. Simple slide. I don't have to, you realize this. The Zomatos of the world, the Uber, the Olas, the Swiggis, they all developed by people of your age group and for you. I hate Zomato because my daughters, when my wife doesn't cook, my daughters order some crazy biryani from Whitefield. Because we are all that age group who would like to have 20 rupees idli in some Brahmin's hotel. But the technology, the transformation, innovation is happening for you, by you. And you are the market. So let's look at some innovation. So I think Pandeyji talked about the Aryogya. Phenomenal. Look at this. Simple, just a visual. Seeing is believing. 50 million, how much? Yeah. 200, I think now, yeah, the fastest app to reach 50 million downloads. It beats Instagram, Facebook, and all only Pokemon could come close to it. And who has developed this? India. This is innovation. So when you hear some people, this is not possible, they're not possible, don't believe them. Everything around innovation is possible. Whether it's AI, robotics, IoT, everything, lot of work going on. Okay? So you will be successful only if there is an ecosystem. And there is already a great ecosystem, and here's proof. And quite a bit of it is already in Delhi, and of course quite a bit in the south, in Bangalore, Chennai, little bit in Pune, possibly in Hyderabad, definitely yes. You will be successful when you are in this ecosystem. A lot of factors related to that I really cannot explain right now. Seeing is believing. I was hesitating whether I should put my picture or not, but people will say seeing is believing. What is the next level? Robotics? The next level of innovation is here. What is this? Anybody can say? Jetpack, jet suits. I saw this year only. This is a picture of February 2023 in the Aero India. And this is a Bengaluru company which has produced a jet suit. And is it working or they have just kept it for show? Next slide will show that. And this is being tested already in the Indian Army. Yep. Volume. This testing has happened just last week. So, I think the students had prepared or rather created or innovated a fantastic robot and a fantastic drone. Can the next summit in 1 year's time, can we see a jetpack or a jet suit from this institution? 100% can happen. The future of work. Honestly, I like to be hands-free. In fact, I don't even like to wear that, I enjoy because that's my culture. I like to be hands-free as much as possible. And I think AI is helping my mindset. And let's see what the future of work is going to be like. A lot of MBA students, in fact, they ask, what is it in it for them with AI? Sir, I don't know anything about technology. But MBA students, you are going to create this great technology. You know, about 2 years back, Facebook changed its company name. What is it? Meta. Why Meta? Metaverse. So here's something for the MBA students and the operational executives. You see, I was invited for some reason. I think, there is a very big chain of automobile showrooms, and I knew the founders, family member. They invited me for a Mercedes. I can't buy a Mercedes, so they said, come for the invitation, come for the inauguration. So I went for an inauguration, and they had called a movie star to cut the tape. There were some 40, 50 people there. Think about this inauguration. And they were launching some new Mercedes-Benz model. Think about this. The same Mercedes model or any product is launched like this. Global audience. Millions of people will join. And this is what is going to be the future of product launches. And I've seen this, but though this video is not of that, we did a Meta conference last year in Bengaluru, and we saw a Metaverse real implementation, a conference happening. Dr. Vaishnav was the chief guest. In fact, we did. So Metaverse is going to be real, and Facebook is one of the early starters, and I've still not seen what they're going to do, but Metaverse is going to again change the future of work. Okay, product management, MBAs can use this technology. Okay. How many of you would like to travel in this plane? Huh? It's going to be real. Already we have fighter planes and huge drones which are autonomous, which means no pilots. Better prepare your mindset. This is going to be real. It's no longer a joke. Okay? So maybe the pilot will be cooking or helping his wife in the kitchen, and then the plane is flying on its own. Yeah, maybe right now it looks like a joke, but already defense jets are being used which are autonomous cars. Okay? There's one more, which is again real. Around the jetpack. So in Mumbai, already some trial runs have happened using pizza delivery using drones. Okay? And all these Domino guys or Pizza Hut guys, I hate pizzas, but these guys will deliver to places where they cannot deliver today. Today they will always say, sir, it is out of my reach, I cannot deliver. You may be actually picnicking in some park by road 50 kilometers away, but by air it could be just 20 kilometers. Possible. Future of work. This is how work is going to transform. Huh? In Delhi, oh yeah. Oh. Oh, okay. So some technologies I'll skip, I think, 3 mantras, I am not going to explain. This is my mantra for my 30 years, whatever I've seen, this is the mantra. I wouldn't, whether I am successful or not, I am not here to, judge myself or whatever it is. This is the mantra for success. Broadly, of course, there are many things within that: innovation, networking, and leadership. Leadership. It can do dramatic things. We have seen the country transform only because of leadership. Okay? Networking. I can tell you, I met Dr. Watts only through networking. I'm here only because of networking, because I knew somebody. It's not that, I'm not his brother-in-law, whatever. So only through some networks that I'm connected with Professor. Huh? Yes, I'm 100%. I think that I'm part of the family. Three inspiring leaders here: Swami Vivekananda, Dr. Watts and his family, and of course Professor. So this is the power of networks. When you start up, when you are a 23, 24-year-old, you may have the greatest of product. Nobody will come to you. Let me tell you this. Only through networks, only through some contacts, references, you can sit in front of a customer. Same with VCs, same with partners, anybody. Start building your network. For me, in the morning, my wife also works. She's a psychotherapist. She's a student counselor. So she works in a school, in the next generation school. So usually I drop her. There's a school bus which picks her up. So it's like a 15-minute drive to the bus stand. So she was, just last week I was listening to one speech. Very short speech, and every day she plays some, in motivational videos to watch for herself. And I was just wondering, who is this? I think I should read this. मैं कोई ज्ञानी नहीं हूँ, पर ज्ञान का प्रेमी जरूर हूँ. मैं कोई साइंटिस्ट नहीं हूँ, पर जीवन में प्रयोग जरूर करता हूँ और उससे सीखता भी हूँ. मेरे विचार एप्रीहेंशन मीन्स फियर से नहीं, ऑब्जर्वेशन अवलोकन से बनता है. शिक्षा का महत्व मैंने बचपन से ही देखा है. I think this is a fantastic quote. Thanks to my wife, I discovered this. Do you know who said this? I could not believe. And I heard, last 1 week I am listening to this speech again and again and again. And I think I somehow could relate to this. And I was thinking to myself whether Amitabh Bachchan stole my quote. Go to YouTube, do this homework today, 4-minute video around that. Beautiful video. No, let me tell you one thing. Money can be stolen. Your possessive assets can be stolen. Nobody can steal your knowledge. That is how precious it is. And the last statement, never stop learning, because learning never stops. I think this is the message for today. This is the quote for today. I think I crossed 10 minutes. One last slide. I've taken the liberty to invite all of you. I'm going to give personal invitations to all of you. This is again about innovation and history. We Indians were responsible for the formation of Israel today. And Israel today controls, I would think, almost 80% of the global innovation. You must be proud of this. And so this is an open invitation. Please come, Bangalore, and be a part of this. There's more details. I will send it through the chairman and the vice chairman and others. Okay. That's it. Thank you very much. And Jai Hind. Sorry, sir. Past 10 minutes.